Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here before, welcome. This is a place where I kind of like to talk about spiritual and self-help concepts that I've experienced in my life. So my personal experience of how these things kind of manifest. And then I like to share them because it's sometimes very difficult to hear phrases or learn about different things without knowing really how to apply it. Trying to take things from more of an abstract perspective to something that maybe can help somebody. Hopefully. Today I wanted to talk about how to take control over your life, or what that meant for me, and kind of the first step in the first process and how to do this. I started this before my complex PTSD stepped in. This was one of the main concepts that really helped me to change, helped me to lead me to where I'm at in my life. So I wanted to change. I didn't like the way things were going. I was in a very stressful, abusive relationship, and I wanted things to be different. I had tried everything. Gosh, everything I was accused of in the relationship, I had never done. I held strong to being selfless and full of truth and patience, because I thought that that's what this other person needed to be happy. And it's also what they were telling me they needed to be happy. And I was like, I'm strong enough. I can do this. I can give this to the person. And it was just getting worse. He was getting more paranoid. He was accusing me of more. He was angry more. So me showing complete selflessness and love was not the answer. So I was searching for answers, and I was reading some books, some Buddhist books, and like, you control the life that you live. And I was like, okay, I like that concept. I want to be in control. I'm ready to take responsibility. I can handle this. So I said, okay, that's if I control the life I live, why is it so bad? Like, this was weeks before ending the engagement that I started to really try to understand this concept of how do I control? How do I create the life that I live in? Because I would like to create a beautiful life. I've been trying to create this beautiful life, and maybe I'm not doing it right. So one of the things I really, really needed to look at was, if I create the life I live in, how did I create this scenario with this person? How did I contribute to this relationship? Like, why did it go so wrong? What am I doing? And this is a very complex kind of answer and kind of question at the same time, while understanding my responsibilities versus his. And it was really a separation of the two characters and the two of us. His actions and my actions were not the same. So one of the most fundamental things that I realized about this concept was, I was not doing anything to make this person treat me this way. I wasn't rude. I wasn't sarcastic. I wasn't mean. I wasn't vindictive. I didn't lose my temper. When someone's being abusive to you, it is not your fault. It is not your fault at all. You are not in control of the other person's emotions. But at the same time, how does this concept fit in? If I control the life I live in, why is this person treating me this way? And if I control it, but there is that distinction, and I want to make that very clear, that it's very important to know that you are not in control of the other person's emotions, but you're controlling the life that you live. And the way that this answer came to me was, I am contributing to the abuse of this relationship by staying. I am allowing this person to treat me this way because I am staying. If I were to leave the relationship, there is no bad relationship. This person can't harm me. They can't hurt me. But because I had this belief and I gave over kind of control to that person, and I did believe that I was causing a lot of this person's pain, and I wasn't. But how was I contributing to the mess? And it was kind of a new concept for me to understand and realize, and very painful to leave somebody, especially this person. They spoke a lot about abandonment issues and how harmful that is to them and how hurtful. And while someone leaving you is very painful, it's not anybody's responsibility to stay in a relationship that's unsafe, where they're emotionally unsafe, physically unsafe, psychologically unsafe, safe in any way. But this concept of taking control over my life and realizing that I did play a part, and not in the way that I was guilty of making him feel unloved or anything like that. It was within the role of I didn't protect myself. So that's just something I wanted to share, because that concept really changed my life, and it really set me up to be in control of my life and to have that power. Because if you don't believe in that, or you don't kind of understand that concept, you will stay, because you will take too much responsibility in thinking that maybe that person's treating you that way because there is something wrong with you. But when you make the conscious decision to stay with the truth and be who you are and not fight back when someone is fighting you, then you can leave knowing 100% that you gave everything and that you controlled yourself, and that if you're doing everything you can, that person just can't trick you into thinking that you're doing something that you're not, which was a huge part of the psychological component to the relationship. So I just challenge a lot of people going through an abusive breakup or an abusive relationship, and it's very confusing, and you want to control your life. You want to be in control, but you're a little bit scared because maybe this person is telling you that when you're in control, you don't do a good job. And that's just not true. You are the only person who can possibly make your life the best that it can be, because you're the only person who's living that experience. You have to connect to yourself to know what's best for you. So this is just my experience of this concept of you control the life that you live in, how it made sense to me, and how I was able to use it kind of as a catalyst into changing my life, into changing it to something better, into getting out of this abusive relationship. And it's also a way to help me not to ever get back into one, that I can always walk away and I can always leave if it's not going to be a healthy situation or a healthy relationship, and I'm no longer going to contribute to other people being able to harm me. All right, you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next week.